waiting right now. So thank you so much. First of all, I just want to thank you for the first 29 people who 30 people now who are already in the live. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. How's your day? How's everything? What time is it in your country? And maybe like just introduce where you're from and what's your name and stuff like that so we can get to know each other a little bit better. I know I haven't been live for so long, probably like 3 months now. But yeah. Vân, did you check out Squid Game? Yes, I'm on episode 2, so don't spoil. It's really, really good. Oh my gosh. 11 a.m. What country? Ellen? Okay, we have 37 people. We're just gonna chit chat for a little bit before we go into the main topic today. And we're just gonna wait until like 100 people join or something. So New Zealand, 4 p.m. in New Zealand, China, Taiwan. Hi. Hi everyone. Hi. Daisy Lum. I see you're very active and thank you so much for your support. Hello, Yamin. Okay, almost 8 p.m. here in Las Vegas. Nice. How old am I? I'm 25 years old. San Francisco. I love San Francisco. I was there 3 years ago and it was amazing. Oh my gosh. I remember staying in like a homestay that I can see the bridge and it was so beautiful. And the weather is nice too. In Japan, Cambodia. Wow, we have everyone from all over the world now. Yên Bái, I'm gonna be there soon. Hopefully, the COVID situation will get better so I can travel to Yên Bái. I just have 20 minutes ago. Hi, everyone from Singapore. Currently in Chicago. Okay, where I lived in the US is actually only 3 hours away from Chicago. So I've been to Chicago, I think 4 or 5 times now, and it's beautiful. I love it. I'm new sub. Hey, welcome, welcome. Hello from New York. What time is it over there in New York? Where do you want to travel first after the quarantine? I think up north, because I haven't really been up north of Vietnam. I only travel like from Hanoi to like down south, like Saigon, Da Nang, Đà Lạt, yeah, but not really up north. But I did a video about Mộc Châu, which is up north as well, but only that place. I really want to travel up north more so that I can learn more about people's lives, the ethnic minority group up there. Sapa, yeah, I've been to Sapa probably 4 years ago, and it was beautiful. Yeah, just send me any questions that you might have right now. I'm just gonna answer them. Maybe like chit chat for about like 5 minutes before we going into the main topic today, like my journey of quitting 9 to 5 job, leaving the US, and now becoming a full-time traveler. How long did it take you to get American accent? I'm not pretty sure how long, but I was in America for 7 years. But before that, my English was very bad, to be honest. Like, I couldn't understand people at all, and people couldn't understand me. So it took me probably like 3 to 4 years to really practice, like intensely practice my English. And I think I gained this accent probably like 3 years ago. Yeah. But I still need to practice more because I want to polish my accent. Taiwan. Hi. Tên tiếng Việt của bạn là gì? Mình tên là Vân nhá, Vũ Thảo Vân. Yeah, I just said my full name is Vũ Thảo Vân. Can you define what's full-time travel and how do you get income from that job? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that later in this live today. So just stay until the end. I'm gonna reveal to you all the bad, ugly, good, everything in this live session. Because in this live session, I'm not gonna repeat myself when I did the video about why I left the US, because I already talked about the reason why I left the US, quit my 9 to 5 job. But today I'm going to talk about the behind the scene and the one single story that you haven't know about me. So maybe you can like send some assumptions on this chat and I can answer it. It's a good opportunity for me to reveal to you guys about my backgrounds or any questions that you might have. Okay, nice. Why the chat keeps jumping happens to me multiple times. Cảm ơn Daisy Lâm. Bây giờ sau 1 năm tớ vẫn ở Úc, còn cậu đã làm được nhiều việc to lớn và kế hoạch của riêng mình. Tớ nghĩ là mỗi người có một cái kiểu dream và một cái kế hoạch riêng của riêng mình ấy. Nên là kể cả cậu có làm được cái việc nhỏ mà kiểu vượt qua chính bản thân mình thì đấy cũng là một cái điều rất là tự hào rồi. Chứ kiểu tớ làm cũng chưa có to lớn gì đâu. Yeah, I'm gonna answer both like questions in both languages, so I might switch. So my grammar is gonna be like all messed up and even my pronunciation. But yeah, but I love it when I switch back and forth because it makes my brain work. Is your I can't say this word horoscope? I'm Scorpio. I'm a dangerous Scorpio. That's what people said. Will you ever consider going back to the US? I'm not sure yet. Like as I said in the video, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna live in another country because I'm a full-time traveler. So I love to like always learn new things and discover new countries. So yeah, if I find happiness again in the US or I don't know, like if I find the purpose there, I might just go back. When you go back to Hue, maybe soon, maybe this year, because my plan is to travel from north to south of Vietnam. But because of COVID, I can't this year. I can't last year, but this year definitely when the situation is getting better. Hello from California. My 4 granddaughters are your number 1 fans. They are from Vũng Tàu. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, definitely nothing wrong with my current accent right now. I love it. To be honest, I love to have the accent because when I was in the US, I noticed that when I went to California, it's so diverse there and I can really tell where people are from, and because I learned about cultures as well, so I can have a little bit of the of like I can guess what their backgrounds and what the food they might like and what's the stories behind their accent and everything like that. So it's very beautiful to actually have an accent because you will know like where the people are from and you can be like more sympathetic with their stories, and I think it's a beautiful thing. It just for me, I like to polish my English. So I don't know, it's just like my goal, you know? So many opportunities in Vietnam to fund a full-time nomad life for sure. Yes. Vietnam is developing and after COVID, I feel like we're slowly moving to like a very like tech life and everyone has to use Zoom and have to apply their technical skills. So I feel like it's gradually becoming a developed country. It is developing country right now. But yeah, a lot of opportunities when you're in a developing country. But when I was in the US, it's already developed. So I feel like my contribution is very small to the developed country. So that's the main reason why I wanted to go back to Vietnam as a developing country to apply whatever I learned in the US to my own country. So yeah. Huy Thông Đặng. hope to visit Ho Chi Minh City and explore some destinations in Saigon for sure. I love Saigon. Actually, one of my posts, I talk about the time when I felt lost and I moved to Saigon, and it was life changing because the life there is so different from the life where I was born and raised in Hanoi, because I feel like Hanoi is my comfort zone. And I always think that I can just relax. And it feels like I'm about to retire in Hanoi because the lifestyle here is very peaceful. And for me, not a lot of challenges. But when I went to Saigon, like it's very fast paced lifestyle. And I meet more people, I get out my comfort zone. So that's really challenging to me. And I just love challenges. And yeah, and I love the sceneries in Saigon as well and the people there. What's the situation in Vietnam now? Tourists are allowed? Yeah, so like for this topic today, I'm just gonna talk mainly about the my journey, how I overcome all the challenges to become a full-time traveler. And I can help you out with that. But to answer your question, I'm just gonna make it short. Now Vietnam is getting better, and we're gradually opening. And I know Saigon is allowing more stuff to open after October 1st. So yeah, things are gradually opening, and expectedly from the ending of October to the beginning of November, or maybe in November, they will open like the sandbox program in Nha Trang and in Phu Quoc. Yeah, but they just need to get people vaccinated first before doing that to make it safe. So yeah. Have you been to Northeast in the US? Yes, I've been to probably like more than, I'm not sure how many states I've been to, but I've been to a lot of states in the US. Chị có người yêu chưa ạ? Em hỏi nhiều mà chị vẫn chưa xếp lần nào. Em có thể xem lại cái livestream đầu tiên của chị. Chị có nói, chị có nói là chị có người yêu chưa? Learning Vietnamese is so hard. Yeah, it's hard. I feel like every language is very hard to learn. Where are you from? Like I'm living in Da Nang. I'm from Hanoi. Yeah, I wish to live in Da Nang for a long time, but because of my business here and my partners, like my business partners are here, so it's easier for me to live in big cities like Hanoi and Saigon. But when I feel like everything it's like on the right track and I don't need to manage thing by myself that much, I might just move to Da Nang because it's beautiful. It has mountains and beaches. I love the beach. So soon I'll be living in Da Nang. Maybe you can be my tour guide when I go to Vietnam. Yeah, definitely. I actually am building like a tour guide, like I'm partnering with a company and building my like a personal tour guide in Hanoi and the 63 provinces in Vietnam. So yeah, it's going to come out in November and I'm very excited because usually I get a lot of requests to do personal tour guide, and I wish to just have fun and meet everyone at the same time. But I just can't clone, and I only have 24/7 a day. Plus, I have to travel and film. So, I think that if I have that service available to you, like just pick a buddy, just like me, to kind of guide you, I think it's a great idea to connect with Vietnamese local people, and I bet it's gonna be fun as well. Is Southern Vietnamese dialect very different from Northern Vietnamese dialect? Yes, I did talk about it in one of my video. It's the Vietnamese Culture 101 video. Yeah, so check it out. Cảm ơn bạn Lê Thị Diệu. Em xem kênh của chị học được rất nhiều điều tiếng Anh và văn hóa Việt Nam. Cảm ơn em. Đấy đấy là cái mục đích của chị để làm ra cái kênh này, vừa để giúp các bạn học tiếng Anh mà vừa giúp các bạn trau dồi thêm về văn hóa và lịch sử Việt Nam. Bởi vì chính chị cũng đang phải học lại những cái đấy, và ngày xưa chị học rất là dốt những cái môn sử các kiểu và không có hứng thú ấy. Nhưng mà sau khi mà làm cái này xong rồi mình mới thấy được là cái giá trị mà mình mang cho mọi người như thế nào. Thì đấy là một trong những cái mục đích mà chị làm nên cái kênh này. Do you like travel around the world? Yes, that's my ultimate goal. That's my ultimate goal. Oh, India. Nice. Is Vietnam safe for travel? Yes. Generally speaking, yes, Vietnam is safe for travel. I did a video about like the female solo travel um, in Nha Trang. Yeah, and it's one of my featured video as well when you visit my profile on YouTube. But is regular, generally speaking, it's very safe. But just watch out when like you go in the big cities like Hanoi or Saigon, because you might get like bag snatching or pickpocketing and stuff like that, and it happens in many bigger cities. And for female, I wouldn't suggest you to go out at night if you have like pepper spray or anyone to go with, because yeah, safe than sorry. Oh yeah, there are a lot of questions coming in. So yeah, you guys can send me any questions about like the situation that I quit my job and leave the US. Yeah, leave the US and start a full-time travel plan. And yeah, and I will answer those questions as well because it's a topic for today, right? Is $2,000 USD live comfortable in Saigon? More than comfortable. I feel like, yeah, more than comfortable. $2,000 is, you pay for rent here, it's like it can range to $200 to $1,000 if you want to live a luxury life. But $2,000 you can live a very comfortable life in big cities in Hanoi. Giọng chị nói tiếng Việt khác với nói tiếng Anh quá. Chị thấy giống nhau mà, đâu có khác gì đâu nhỉ? Are you open to sponsor for your videos and this plan to finance your new style? Yes, yes. Are they opening up? Okay, a lot of questions about Vietnam, but I will do another video about like Q&A about Vietnamese, about Vietnam situation and Vietnam tourism program in Vietnam. Why did I say Vietnam too many times? Soon in another live or in another video, but today we're just gonna focus on the quitting my 9 to 5 job. But yeah, okay, let's get started. Let's get started. 10, okay, 10:18 already, guys. Okay, so today I'm not gonna talk about what I already said in my video, why I left the US, and when I talk about my post on Instagram about the journey of me. If you haven't read that post or watched that video yet, I'm just gonna summarize like what I did. So basically, I graduated in a small college in Michigan, and I got a 9 to 5 job right away. I actually did an internship with this company. I don't want to say its name because of its privacy, but I got an internship there and I got accepted as a full-time marketing assistant there. And eventually I climbed the ladder and I became a marketing manager in that company. So after working for about 2.5 years, I would say, I just couldn't find the purpose of working a corporate job and just clock in, clock out every day, coming home very exhausted. And all I wanted just to get out of that cage and travel the world. but I didn't know how because at that time I feel like all my parents' sacrifices and my sacrifices when I was in the college, because my dream is to have a stable job, 9 to 5 job, have a stable income, and go to the path that other people go. So that's actually my passion and my dream when I was in college. But then in the real life, when I worked there about 2.5 years, I couldn't find happiness, and I felt like I was trapped in a rat race, going home all exhausted, and I couldn't do anything else. And with that much money, I don't think that I can fulfill my dream of traveling the world. And I don't even have time to do that. Yeah. So COVID happened. I had more time to just sit down and ask myself what I wanted to do in my life. What's my priorities? So I decided to make a leap. Actually, fun fact was that my company had to lay off 80% of the people during that time, and I was the one who get kept. Yeah, I was like a skeleton employee that got kept because I was a marketing manager and I was working by myself and I was working at home as well. So during that time, I really asked myself what I want in life and should I make this leap. So eventually I did it. And I said in the post that I didn't have any plan. I didn't like find another job to do. All I wanted is to go back to Vietnam and travel. And I know that Vietnam was pretty safe back then in 2020. Yeah, so they allow the repatriation flight for me to go home. And I did that. I know I can stay with my parents, I can just work online or stuff like that, but I didn't have a specific plan at all. Yeah, and then I went back August 2020. After that, I was dealing with reverse culture shock, and it was harder than I thought because I was living in the US for such a long time. So now I had to adjust to everything, even the food and the traffic that I talk a lot in my videos as well. It was a very hard 3 months that I didn't make any money, and I felt like I was so useless that I was living with my parents and everything just kind of fell apart. And I did regret that I quit the job. So today I'm just gonna talk about the bad and the ugly of the quitting the 9 to 5 job. I don't want my video why I left the US to become a reason for you to follow the path that you're not sure. Because just because other people do it, it makes sense for you to do it. Like you haven't known the backgrounds, you haven't known the behind the scene of why I quit my job or other people quit their job, right? Just don't quit your job after seeing a motivational video on YouTube. That's not how it worked. Just don't make the same mistake like I did. Yeah, so I decided to move to Saigon for I think 3.5 months. And then COVID happened in Vietnam. I got locked out again. And then but during that time, I was very happy because I got out my comfort zone and I met a lot of inspiring people and I got to travel. I got to travel from Saigon to Dalat and I made all those videos about Vietnam and everything. And with a marketing background, I I I feel like the path is getting clearer when I was in Saigon because I found that social media is so powerful for you to just show who you are and really make your income from social media, from making YouTube. Because back then, when I quit my job, all I wanted is to travel. I didn't know how to make money and I didn't know how to prepare for my own life. And it's really my fault. But when I went to Saigon, it's become clearer. And that comes to the question that um like I found that what I'm good at, what I'm passionate about is to travel, but then I didn't know how to feed that passion because literally I didn't make any money for the past 6 7 months, like living inside in Hanoi 3 months and living in Saigon for 3.5 months. Yeah, so I found this video, it's called Ikigai. People, and I read some articles about it. So basically, it's the 4 questions I have to answer to find the sweet spot in my life is that what you're passionate about, what you're good at, what problems that you're solving for people, like what the world needs from you. And the fourth question is that what do you do to get paid? Because let's get real, right? Like if you pursue your passion, like screw that, follow your passion, because without money to put food on your table, you're not going to be able to pursue your passion. You're going to become a starving artist, and you're not going to have all the energy to inspire people to produce the content that you're doing, and even making videos, right? Like I need money to buy laptop, camera, and like my equipment to make this video. I need to pay for my internet bill as well, right? So let's get real here. Answering these four questions will keep me stable in whatever I'm passionate about. So at that time, I found my passion is to travel the world. But the and I know that the problems that I'm solving for people is to connect people through culture, because I know when I was in the US, a lot of Vietnamese refugee, they haven't had a chance to go back to Vietnam, so they didn't know how the country is developing. So that's why I wanted to become a bridge that connect that gap, so that they can see Vietnam through my lens. And then when they actually come to Vietnam, they feel more comfortable. And I know there are a lot of people, like foreigners, they want to come to Vietnam, but they don't know how. They don't know the restrictions for COVID and everything. They want to learn about the culture, because I feel like culture plays an important part in our life, right? A lot of like racism and stereotypes problems, misunderstanding problems are caused by misunderstandings, which are the result of the cultural differences. So yeah, I found my passion, I found my mission, like the problems that I'm solving for people. But at that time, I was missing two questions: that what I'm good at and what I'm getting paid for. Because literally, I was making YouTube for free. Like I was paying for my equipment by my own money, by my saving when I was in America. And I felt like wrong, because every day I had to wake up and worrying about my finance, and it's such a burden for me. So I figured it out, and I did a lot of research, and I followed. By the way, I want to thank you, Vanessa Lau. She is my true inspiration. She quit her job as well. Same story, but it sounds different because I wasn't born in the US. I quit my 9 to 5 job because I have my own reason, but similar story. But then she quit her job, she found her passion, and after that, she became like very successful in her career. And I watched a lot of her stuff, and I finally found my path, and I finally found the powerful like how powerful social media can do to me to make this a career. So that's why with my marketing background, I can just build my personal branding on YouTube and on social media, and I help tons of people build their social media to like help other people, but at the same time they're not becoming starving artists, starving content creator. So that's what I've been doing. And I become a marketing consultant. I become a host. I become a coach, a guide, like check-in guy as well. And I become a YouTuber. Besides traveling, I want to inspire people through traveling as well. So I've been doing multiple job ads at once. And finally, after 6, 7 months, I saw the result. I made multiple incomes right now. And I didn't have to worry about today I wake up and I have to worry about the money. And gradually I I'm being good at what I'm doing, because I have faith and I have a passion for what I'm doing. Yeah, so for you who are lost out there trying to quit your 9 to 5 job, my advice is that do your research and know the reason why you want to quit it. Just don't see other people do it and you follow that. I feel like everyone is so unique and you have your own path. You don't have to follow others people's path, and you just live your life. You don't need to live others' life. Don't listen to anybody. Find your own path to do it. So that's why whenever I guide or I coach people in the topic of finding balance and happiness in life, I always ask them those four questions because it really set my stepping stone to become who I am today. So yeah, when just gonna take a sip of water. But yeah, so during that time, now looking back during that time, I felt like I was dealing with a lot of obstacles and challenges, and I wish I had somebody to just be here, like right here, to talk to me. And thanks to Vanessa Lau, and thanks to many YouTubers who working free on YouTube and kind of like motivate me to find my own path. So that's why I wanted to become that person. I wanted to help more people. I wanted to produce more Vietnamese content and inspirational content for people to really find who they are, and find the purpose in life. So that's my passion, and I feel like when you find your passion, you can, despite everything, you can just work it every day, every night, without getting bored or getting exhausted or stressed out or burned out. But yeah, so that's the whole purpose of this video today, is to really answer your assumptions about me, because I know there were a lot of comments about my why I left the US, and there are a lot of people said, "Oh yeah, she's from a rich family. She have all the money that she needs, that she doesn't have to work." And people said, actually, like at the beginning of this chat, if you guys scroll up, there were a person, I think like his name is like ADJ something. Yeah, he told me that like now I'm charging people money, and that's so pathetic and stuff like that. There are a lot of assumptions, there are a lot of negative comments on YouTube, and I was already ready for that because I know that's the pain point, and that's the stuff that I have to deal with when doing this content creation, when being public to people, because I can't avoid that. There are a lot of people with a lot of thoughts and opinions, and I respect all of you. But I just feel like I don't want to focus on those things. I don't want to focus on those negative things, because the purpose of me being on YouTube is to spread out positivity. And those people are very small. I applied the 90-10, is that the 10%, I don't want to focus on the 10% that affect my 90% of my positive audience. So, really, what you said, I don't care. I feel like if you're getting hurt or you want to put that on other people to make you happier, I'm actually happy because I feel like I did actually help you, and I actually did you a favor for being out there and insulting people. That makes yourself better. And I feel sympathetic to you. So it really doesn't affect me at all. And I've learned how to deal with it. So if you have any negative comments, if you feel better putting it out there, do it anyways. You know, it's your choice, but it's my choice to listen to it or not, or I will filter out what comments that help me grow. And the one that negative, just know that you are in public. You're in public and people can see it. People can judge you, right? Like right now it's very hard to give people compliment, to accept people, but it's so easy to judge. So just learn that. Just learn about other people background. And today I want to talk about the single story as well, because it's very dangerous for people to have that mindset that um, that lead them to a different story. So, okay, I'm just before moving on to the next topic, I'm gonna read your comments or your questions on here real quick. Okay. I'm just gonna read the comments that relate to our topic today. Did your family and friends support your decision to leave US and return to Vietnam? At first, no. Actually, my family didn't believe in me for the first couple months when I didn't make any money and I was like still living with them. And I get it, like from learning uh, to hear the story from both sides. I know that their expectation for me is to become a successful person, and for Vietnamese culture or any Asian culture, it comes from the saving phase that I talk a lot in my video, that like the success term for Asian people are very different from Westerner, because for Westerners they think that, oh yeah, if you can pursue your dream, or you know how to utilize your opportunities and you feel happy, that's the success. That's success for your own. But then for Asian culture, success is about wealth and about the fame that you got. So when I decided to leave my marketing manager, like super big title in the US, and come back to Vietnam to become a full-time traveler, they're not happy with that. And especially I didn't make any money. So I felt like I was very ashamed of myself during that time. And it was very hard, but because I believe in myself, that I wanted to connect the gap between the people from other countries to Vietnamese culture, because I see the potential in Vietnam so clear, but I just didn't know how. But I have that belief, I have that faith so huge. So that's why I kept trying. And I even told my parents that, hey, I'm gonna live with you for about a year, and I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to make any money for the first 6 months or the first year, but I believe in what I'm doing. So I'm going to make money after a year. I promise. I'm just going to live with you, and I'm just going to like need your help for a year, but let me be myself. Let me do what I think is right and what makes me feel happy. Yeah. So after probably 6 months, when I moved back from Saigon, I started making money, and I started to see my path clearer. And I proved that to my parents, and they were like supporting me. They not like like asking me questions anymore. They're not doubting me anymore. They started to support me by asking me if I need any help, or how can they help me and everything like that. So they eventually the biggest supporter that I have right now, like everything now, it's I have to be so thankful for them for helping me. And yeah, to make it short, they didn't support me at first. Even my friends were doubting me, but after that, they accepting me who I am, because I have that passion and I believe in that so clearly. So that's why, like, I actually proved that to them. So yeah. What's your business now? Well, I'm still technically a freelancer. As I said before, I'm a marketing consultant, especially social media consultant. And I'm a host, I'm a coach, I'm a full time YouTuber, and my income is from YouTube partially, but I work with brands and everything like that as well. So technically, um, I'm a full time traveler and a freelancer, but my business is about tourism, Vietnam tourism, and my website and my business is going to be launched in November. So I'm very, very excited for that. Okay, I'm reading these questions right here. Can for made leave to what should oh what can okay, this is the good one. I know that you made the leap to quit your 9 to 5 job and become a YouTuber. What can someone do to mentally prepare for that? You know what is right for you, to be honest. Like, you just have to do it. You just have to do it to know what you hate and what you love. Because I did regret that I quit my job because I didn't make any money and my life was miserable. But now thinking back, I feel like I only regret what I didn't do. And I'm glad that I made that leap. So with the mentally, like you said, it really depends on your situation. Your situation is definitely different than mine. So mentally prepare for that is the financial planning. It's very, very important because without food on the table, I don't think that you can survive very long. And content creation is a big deal, is a real deal because you use your brain a lot and you want to make a business from that. I'm not sure like if you want to make social media becomes your main income stream or your main business, but whatever you do before you quit your 9 to 5 job, have a freaking plan. Have a plan B, plan C, plan D. Yeah. And lucky me, like when I go back, I have a house to live in and it's my country so I can manage to work as like an English teacher or stuff like that, but I kind of know that I'm not going to be starved, so that's why I made that leap. So financial planning, it's very, very important if you want to make that leap. And mentally is the 4 questions that I just asked myself, and now I want you to ask yourself, what are you passionate about? What are you good at? Uh, what the world needs you, what the problem you're solving for people, and what can you make money? What job can you make money? Yeah, so have that answer. All 4 questions will prepare you mentally to quit your job safely. Yeah, so that's my advice. Việc suy nghĩ và nói tiếng Anh mà không phải dịch từ tiếng Việt sang tiếng Anh luyện tập như thế nào hả chị? Em cứ luyện tập đủ 10.000 giờ á chị. Nói chung là chị nghe nói đọc viết bằng tiếng Anh hàng ngày, trên 8 tiếng một ngày. Nếu mà em làm được điều đấy thì em có thể switch một cách dễ dàng hơn. Thậm chí bây giờ tiếng Anh của chị cũng chưa có perfect ấy. Nhưng mà mình cứ make mistake thôi, xong rồi mình cứ học từ cái đó thôi, không sao cả. How can you control your angry? um, I have to say I'm a pretty calm person because I learned how to listen to the story from both sides. So when I deal with negative comments or I deal with rude people, I would think why. The first question is like, why? Why would they act that way? Did they have a bad day? Or why would they want to go on my YouTube to make negative comments? Like, what's the story behind that? And then after that, I was just thinking like, hey, maybe they have a bad day, or maybe they've been through this and it didn't work for them, and they just wanted to go to others' platform to put their anger on my platform to make them feel better. So when I think about that, I feel like more tolerant. And when I feel more tolerant, I can control my angry. And from face to face conversation, if I'm angry, if I'm like, oh, I can't control my feeling, I'm just gonna take a like a like a break. I'm just gonna be silent and think about the story of what I can do to solve that problem and why that people act that way and stuff like that. Just give time to heal. Yeah, so stay silent, give yourself a break, and try to understand others people's perspective and point of view to manage the conversation, and always try to compromise. Yeah, I like to compromise. I didn't learn that until recently though, because I like to argue, but now I learn how to compromise to people. If the conversation better up ourselves, I would continue the argument or the discussion. But when like I argue to win or it's gonna hurt other people, I'm not gonna do that. I rather stay compromised than just just winning the conversation. Yeah, because it's quite selfish to do that. Yes, I'm still in Vietnam. Everyone is sleeping. Do you have transitioning? YouTube don't give much at all. YouTube don't give much at all. Maybe enough for a drink per month. Exactly. Like I feel like I couldn't live off my YouTube money because yeah, like you said, they take out taxes, and they didn't. I feel like they didn't pay much for the content creator compared to the job, to the work that they putting, or the value that they putting. But why I'm still doing it is because I love it. I just love to have you guys here, chit and chat, talking, and help other people feeling better, or seeing the purpose in life. And I see the value that I put out there for people. So that's kind of like the energy that fuel me every day. Every morning I wake up, I feel like, oh yeah, like I help another one, or I found passion, or I found motivation in the job that I'm doing. So I'm still doing it even though it does I don't get paid much from YouTube, but I love what I'm doing, and I know the value that I put on people's lives. So that's keep me going. I mean, what if you don't even know your passion? Exactly, right? Like I said, I don't believe in like just follow your passion. What if you don't even know your passion? I didn't know my passion for a long time. So when I went to college, I actually went to a community college first to save money. And because I know like we're gonna do like gen ed for the first 2 years, so I switched my major crazy, like crazy. I was like from accounting major, I switched it to finance, and I switched it to CIS, and then computer science, and to MIS, management information system. And after that, I stuck with finance because I already took a lot of classes. But when I did an internship in Vietnam, I found that I'm a creative person and I like to share a lot of stuff to people. So I found the marketing major. And after that, I decided to double major in marketing and finance. And now I'm sticking with marketing. And recently, I just found my passion. My passion is to travel, help people through culture and travel. See, and travel, and doing what valuable and make myself happy. So that's my passion, helping people find purpose in life. So yeah, like to answer your question is to just try different things as possible, because at least you don't know what you like, but you know what you hate. So when you actually do the job that you you have, you know what you hate to avoid it, and you can see your passion clearly through knowing what you hate. So that's my journey, because I have been switching a lot of majors. Luckily, like I have to thank the US for giving me that opportunities to switch my major to really find what I'm passionate about. Yeah, so just take many internships, to try different jobs, talk to different people, take many opportunities even though they're not aligned with your passion or your major. Yeah, just try to explore yourself, because right, we're young, so why not trying? Are you an office worker? No, that's the whole point of this video today. I'm not an office worker. I'm always on the go. I work different jobs. And one more fact after you quit your 9 to 5 job is that don't expect, okay, you have the freedom, but don't expect that you're gonna work less than that, or you're gonna have like a smoother life. Because let's face it, I work almost 16 hours every day. And working a 9 to 5 job, you only work 8 hours per day. But working as a freelancer and having your own business and quit the 9 to 5 job, you need to have very high self discipline. And I work 16 hours a day, sometimes more. So just don't have that dream of quitting 9 to 5 job. You're gonna have a better life. You have to deal with it. But when I deal with it, I know that like, okay, when I do this job, I know that I have to deal with negative comments. I have to work extra hours. I have to be burned out all the time, because content creation um, requires a lot of the brain work, and I have to be mentally stable. and everything like that. But I'm I'm accepting, like I accept those pain points in my career because I rather have these pain points than dealing with the boring job in a 9 to 5 job, still dealing with people that I still have to smile at people at work and get along with people and kind of like execute like making others people dreams, not living my dreams, you know. And there's one saying that said, if you're not building your dreams, you're building other people's dreams. And I think it's really true. Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with working a corporate job at all, because if you like that lifestyle, great. Like I'm happy for you. But other people, they just don't have a courage to make that leap, and that's the whole reason why I'm here on YouTube talking about this and that and my journey, so that somewhat I can motivate you. But disclaimer that you need to do a lot of research and prepare mentally prepare, and really know what's the pain point that you willing to accept. Yeah. How do you feel when you have a lot of sub? I wouldn't consider I have a lot of sub, because like other people have more sub, and I don't have like the definition of a lot of sub. I feel like if even my YouTube can help one person, it's still a lot of sub for me. Like I help that person and I feel valuable in it. So I feel like pretty good that, but I have to say, like, if my community growing, I see the result, it means that my work is valuable for more people, right? So I feel happy when my subs are growing, but like the number doesn't say anything, to be honest. It's just the value that I put on people's lives that matters. So I don't feel like stressful or anything like that, that I have a lot of sub. But when I see my subs are increasing, I know that my work is valuable for someone. So I'm happy. What major do you study in college? Finance and marketing. What if you don't know exactly how to answer all those four questions? It's okay, and those four questions will have different answers for your different life stages. So for example, when I was in college, the reason why I switched major was when the external factors happened to me. Like um at that time, to be honest, I didn't have enough money to study in the US. So my priority is the money. Yeah. So when I was in the community college, I heard people said that, oh yeah, if you graduate from accounting job, you're gonna find a job right away after graduating, and you're gonna make like probably like 50 to 60,000 per year, and you have a stable job. So all I think is to get a major that get me a job right away after college. So I just try it. But then when I try, I figure out that I didn't like numbers as much. So that's why I switched major to finance, because I already took a lot of classes in accounting. But finance is more interesting because I can see the big picture, and I can apply it to my life directly. So gradually, I found the answer for four questions. Didn't I didn't have the answer for the four questions right away, but through experiences and meeting more people, talking to the people that have similar path like me, and learn from the mistakes. And everyone has different mistakes, but at least I know that that's their path and what I can avoid in that path. So gradually, I found those four questions through the jobs that I did and the people that I met. So I hope that answer your questions. And it's okay for you to not exactly know how to answer those four questions yet. But right now, you should just keep experiencing and discovering yourself. Yeah. And those four questions will have different answers in different stage in life. Never this, you're not good. I like the way you're living. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Don't worry about those negative people. Thank you. Yeah, like I'm here for you guys, for 90% of the positive audience, because you guys actually motivate me and inspire me to do whatever I'm doing right now. So I feel like the negative people have the reason why they are negative, and I respect everyone's opinions. And these are very small, and I shouldn't make it affect in my life. And when it affects my life, I will put it on. I will have the tendency to put it on others people. So yeah, that shouldn't be that way. So I focus more on the 90% of the positive people. What, you're 10 years old? Who's 10 years old? Tiffany, what are you doing here? Trying to answer the 4 questions for your career path. Okay, my chat keeps jumping again. Not sure when I'm at. Um, from Vicky, hello, you actually get more. You actually get more money from activity of the rude people. That's true. Yeah. You know what? The people who hate me, if you comment more on my YouTube, it actually increased the engagement and it's actually good for me. So thank you for that. I love working in Madison, but now I have a business in Vietnam. I feel so much happier. My wife's family in Vietnam can't understand why I'm no longer practicing. Great. I'm very happy for you. You found your Ikigai. You found your sweet spot. If you What is your name? What the fuck? I already said it in one of my video, like when I talk about like 20 facts about me. Yeah, it's one of the expression that my American auntie made when she was in Vietnam. I introduced pho to her, and she's like, "What the pho?" And I thought it was just so funny. So credit to her. Were you able to save money while working in the US? Yes, I did have a lump sum of money that I saved when I was in the US. So when I went back to Vietnam, even though I didn't make any money for the first couple months, I still can live with that money, and I didn't have to pay for rent when I lived with my parents. So, and I feel like that's the huge cultural difference between American and Vietnam when in terms of living with your parents. Because I don't know why, but like Vietnamese parents love when you move in with them and spend time with them. And I feel like it's very good that Vietnamese culture has that, because um during this time I feel like majority of people face their, what is that called, quarter life crisis, and money plays an important part in their life because they couldn't figure out what they really want to do in their life. So with that big support, I have to thank to them. With the big support, I can do what I want, and I can executive the vision and the passion that I have. So yeah, I don't think there's wrong with living with the parents. At least like don't live with them forever, like just get out your comfort zone and really do what makes you happy and your path that you believe in, but don't take it for granted. Just don't take advantage of it. Just don't be lazy. Just having help, asking for help and receiving help is good, but don't take advantage or don't take it for granted. Love to use video to practice my English. Yes, quit rat race. You need good discipline in life. For sure. For sure. to become a full-time freelancer. So what something to prepare? A lot, because I didn't have any editing and filming background. So I took some courses and I watched a bunch of videos on YouTube to improve my skills. And I asked a lot of people who had this career as well. So yeah, a lot. But trust me, when you overcome that obstacle, so like it's like climbing a mountain. So here's me. I was like trying to climb my mountain like very hard. I have learned how to edit, how to film, how to talk to people, how to make money from what I'm doing so that I can put food on the table. And after that, when you overcome this, you can just outsource and you can seek help from others. Like I said, my parents helped me, and I had help from my friends and the people that I hire as well. So right now I have more time to create content. So yeah, a lot of preparation in there. But the main four questions that I just said, it's what set me, the stepping stone, and what really makes me feel clearly in my path. So yeah. What's your content creation workflow? Uh, so now I learned that I should have a system to create content so that I can be present when I talk to people and appear on my YouTube channel. So what I do is usually I do a lot of research because it's about culture and history about Vietnam. So I don't want to give people false information. So I would say 70% of my time is researching, going on Google, reading books, and I'm actually reading these books right now to learn more about Vietnamese culture. Yeah, so reading books and everything to be sure what I'm talking about. And after that, I would write scripts. I would write like bullet points, what I'm going to talk about. And I would use ClickUp to schedule out my YouTube published dates. And then after that, I would dedicate like 2 weeks to film whatever I need to film. And then I dedicate another 2 weeks to edit and polish my videos and post it on YouTube, because it's very hectic if I just think about the content today and then do the filming and editing like in a different day. It's like very exhausted. So I try to batch the content so that I can show up um like the most present in my YouTube. And I learned that when you do similar tasks on the same day, it will increase the productivity. So yeah, so I learned some tricks, some and hacks when I create content, and I do help people set the social media calendar and how to find the workflow that works with them on my check-in session, my one-on-one session. So if you want to check it out, you can check out on my um, my link. I'm gonna put the link later in this chat. Yeah, but you can check it out on my Instagram bio as well. Pain points to get through. Did you share Vietnamese culture with the US friends when you were there? Yes, I did. And I love it. I love my roommates so much because they love Vietnamese food, and they actually my motivation to introduce more about Vietnam to my friends. Yes, 8 to 5 job is good too if you enjoyed. I guess Vân only share what's worked for her, but you have your own path. Don't follow Vân if you're not ready mentally. Exactly. So that's the reason why I have this video today, is to tell you that everyone has like his or her own path. Prepare mentally and have a plan B, C, D, and really know what you want in life. Answer those four questions before making a leap, because I don't want to just tell people to leave, like to make a leap when you're already happy with your 9 to 5 job. Like, what's the reason to quit, right? Do you have any plan to come back to Mongo? Yes, I will go to from north to south of Vietnam to make more content for sure. I teach digital marketing in Canada, and I use your YouTube channel as a case study to inspire my students. Thank you so much. Thank you. And really, right now, I feel like social media is so powerful, and you can really build your personal branding. And after that, you can like make a business from it. And I don't think like anything wrong with that, to be honest, because why would you not utilize what like free out there to really pursue your passion and help people at the same time, but getting paid at the same time, so that you have enough energy to like pursue your passion, pursue your producing your content. So yeah, definitely, if you haven't found the way to like utilize social media to better up yourself and help other people, you better invest to it right now, right now. And I help people with that as well. Yeah, I have a one-on-one session, if you might ask, so you can help people with that. I can help people with that. Would you like to learn a third language in the future? And what language would that be? I would like to learn Spanish, Japanese, and Korean. And maybe Chinese as well. I would love to speak because it's very cool to like go out and understand what people are talking in their own language, because is so beautiful. Like I just love it so much. And whenever I can reply them in their language, and it's actually the reason why I learned English is because I was very bad at English when I was in high school, but then my school had like an American English teacher came, and he was talking about his jobs and how like freedom and American dreams are in America, and it's really inspired me. But I could understand him, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak to him. So like I finally found the motivation to really like learn English well to speak to people. So I feel like language is something that is very beautiful, because you can you can know people's background and people's personality and their cultures through the language. Yeah. And with that being said, you're going to be more tolerant and sympathetic with others. What's your daily routine? Hi. My daily routine, it's very different every day. So I usually wake up at 5 a.m. to just kind of like, because I love that time from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. because people haven't ride their bikes like so loud on the street, and I just love the quiet time. So I do the most creative work during that time. And I read news and stuff like that because like my job requires a lot of research. So I might read books for about 30 minutes or read news and stuff like that. I don't have a habit to work out in the morning, unfortunately. So I might just take a shower and just ready for the day. And I start working at around like 8 to 9 a.m. trying to. So, for example, one day I would just write content, write ideas down. And then one day I just get ready and film for the whole day, and one day maybe I just edit videos and have meetings with my team members and stuff like that. So it varies every day, but I work from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. to like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. It depends on the check-in session as well, because I do one-on-one consultation as well. So it really depends on people's schedule when they book me and stuff like that. Sometimes I work until like 11:30, but I try to go to bed before 10:30 so I can wake up at 5. But it's very hard. What's something you did? What is something you didn't expect to experience once you moved, like moved back to Vietnam? Um, there are a lot of things. Like, I don't know, like, let's see. I didn't expect I feel like I just made that leap without thinking much. that's why I didn't have plans, and I would suggest you how you guys to have planned before you quit. But it comes to a point that I kind of leave because of my own happiness. So there are a lot of unexpected things that happened to me that I didn't prepare, and then it put me in the situation that I struggling financially, and having to deal with like the social status and everything. Oh yeah, the social status for sure when I came back to Vietnam is the culture thing. So I've been learning, and I learned to adapt to those cultural differences. So yeah, so I feel like there are a lot, but I try to overcome those. Spanish. Oh, nice. You should connect with your old English teacher. You should connect with your old English teacher on Facebook. He will be shocked because your English is perfect. Thank you. Uh, Unfortunately, I don't have his Facebook. I was too young. I was like, I wasn't even use Facebook or Instagram back then. I was like, yeah, I don't have. I wish I had his contact, so I would say send him a thank you notes that like, hey, you actually my first motivation to come to America and polish my English, improve my English. So yeah. Are you only child? No, I'm the first. I have a younger brother. 7 day. Your energy makes your videos enjoyable. Thanks for all you do. Your perspective is or original. Wish you so much success. Thank you so much. Hi. Where in the US did you meet people from? When you were in the US, did you meet people from other countries? Yes, a lot. I met people from Korea, people from like Mexico, people from China, many countries. So that's why. And I really love learning about culture as well. So I love having international friends. Yeah, I met a lot of people when I was in high school and in college. Would you say you are self-disciplined? Yes. Sometimes I'm too hard on myself, to be honest. And I'm learning to not put too much pressure on myself. But I think self-discipline is very important to to accomplish a goal, because I would say like I'm more of like a perfectionist, and like sometimes I'm too hard on myself, and that's really hinder me from putting content out there or being authentic. Like I have learned through my journey to be authentic, and to pursue my happiness without torturing myself, without, yeah, like torturing myself, or having negative effects on other people. Yeah, so but I think self discipline, it's something that is very important to set a goal and pursue that goal. And with that, it gives you the energy to not listen to others people opinions, and you just focus on your own path and pursue your own dream. And I feel like self-discipline really makes myself who I am today, because without self-discipline, I'm just going to wake up and not doing anything, not thinking about the content, and not putting YouTube videos out there. So yeah, it's very important, but at the same time you need to balance it out, not to be hard on yourself too much, but still enjoy what you're doing. You should do a motorcycle vlog across Vietnam. You know what, fun fact about me, I don't know how to ride a motorcycle. Because I left when I was 16, 17. And at that time, I only went to school by bus or by the electric scooter. I never learned how to ride a motorcycle. Yeah. And when I was in the US, I learned how to drive a car. But when I went back to Vietnam, I was like just freak out of the traffic. So I never had a chance to learn how to ride a motorcycle. And my job is like always on the go. So I just don't have the need to ride on the road, I guess. Yeah, but I think I need to learn it one day. And I might make a video about it, like how I learned to ride a bike. Do you have do you have any foreign American friends in Vietnam? Yes. Yes. I have many friends in like American and foreign friends in Vietnam. Have you ever been to Canada before? Unfortunately not. I would love to. I would love to in the future. What countries do you want to visit in the future? I would love to visit Japan. I already said it in one of my video. Okay, now throw any assumptions about me, guys, um, on this chat because I think we're gonna have another 15 to 20 minutes to answer those. So whatever you want to know about me, like assumptions, am I from a rich family, whatever, because I receive a lot of comments on my why I left the US. So yeah, and today I'm gonna reveal to you all, like ask anything. How do you keep track of or organize, prioritize your content ideas? I use ClickUp app, and I just like throw out. I just like write my ideas whenever I have the ideas on notes or on like Google or whatever, and then at the end of the day, I would put it on ClickUp, and then I would have my list of ideas, and then after that, depending on the seasons or the terms that people are searching for, I would match those ideas with the people's need, and then after that, I will prioritize the content ideas that I need to put out first that like fit like suitable with people's need, and then I would write script and then film and then edit videos. Yeah, so it's when I show up on video, it seems like easy, but before that it's like a lot of work behind that, a lot of research, a lot of like editing overnight. Yeah, so do you prefer Korean or American movies? When I was in middle school, I watched a lot of K dramas. But when I was in America, I watched a lot of Netflix and American movies, like The Office and stuff like that. But now Squid Game is very good, so it really depends. I don't have the preference. Whatever movie is good, I'm just gonna watch it. Wait, how would you rate yourself as a tech savvy person? Know it very well, like the average person, or not know tech well? I would rate me between the not knowing tech well and average person. Yeah, it seems so like not right for me, but because I'm doing YouTube, I'm posting content, editing everything. But before doing YouTube, I didn't know much about tech, to be honest. I actually majored in CIS for about like 2 or 3 months, and then I had to quit because I couldn't deal with all the details, like coding and stuff like that. And yeah, so I feel like I didn't have a passion for that. So I feel like that's the reason why I didn't really pay attention on the technical skills, and that really put a burden, put a toll on my work that I'm doing right now. So gradually when I do YouTube and I work as a social media manager, I have to put a lot of research and learn how to be a tech savvy person. So yeah, I'm getting better and better, but I think I'm like an average person in terms of using the technical skills. What was your reaction of meeting Viet Kiều? Are they different from Vietnamese? You mean like when I met Viet Kiều in Vietnam or Viet Kiều in America? Like, so Viet Kiều means that Vietnamese people who live overseas. Yeah. So I think your answer is in like in America, because I used to work with Vietnamese refugee, and I was a part of like the Vietnamese community in the US. So I had a chance to talk with them. And my first reaction was, I was just like, oh, they speak Southern accent. And at that time, it was so funny because of a dialect. I have a funny story. So when I lived in, when I moved to college, where I live is very near a Vietnamese restaurant. And then when I ordered to go to a Vietnamese restaurant, I spoke in Vietnamese and I spoke in Northern accent. And my Northern accent is pretty strong. So when I was like, hello, can I get like sweet and sour chicken or like a bowl of pho or stuff like that? I don't remember. But then the owner was just like, hello? Like, can you speak English? I don't understand what you said. And I was like, I spoke Vietnamese. I just spoke Vietnamese and I speak slower to him. And then he's like, "Oh, okay, okay, I got it. I thought you were speaking Chinese." I'm like, "No." Like I was speaking Vietnamese but in Northern accent. It was so funny. And then like I went to pick up my food and then we talked for a little bit, and it was very hard for me to listen to the Southern accent at first, because their Southern accent is very strong and my Northern accent is very strong as well. So it's like the vocabulary is different. So when I met them, it was just like very funny. It's like we're speaking different languages, but yeah, we speak the same language, if some of you don't know. But yeah, it's just a dialect. It's like in the US, Boston accent and Texas accent and even Californian accent are very different. Depends on the regions. Yeah, so but Viet Kiều in the US, I would say, because the I'm from the northern part of Vietnam, so I have the accent. And there were like a aftermath after the war. People left their country after 1975, and there are a lot of Vietnamese refugees that still have that pain in their heart and stuff like that. So when I first went to the US, I didn't know the that part, and I didn't talk to a lot of Viet Kiều and Vietnamese refugee when I first came. So I remember going to a restaurant, a Vietnamese restaurant, and speaking with my northern accent. People looked at me differently. Yeah, and then I was like, why would they look at me differently? And they would ask me a bunch of questions, like political questions. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. I didn't know like there was a different flag for Vietnam back then, for the Southern Vietnam. And I didn't know that like the pain that they had to go through and everything. So I was like very confused, and I was hurt, to be honest, at the beginning, because people would assume me that I'm from the north, I'm like communist and stuff like that. Really, I don't want to talk about like politics in my channel, because it's about the single story. Um, and if you don't know about other people's backgrounds and their point of view, it's very easy to create misunderstandings and stereotypes and racism. So that's the main reason why I don't want to talk about like political issues in my channel. But I just want to give you guys this story from me as a Northern international student going to the US, and seeing things in a new lens and learning the history from Vietnamese perspective. And I had to deal with a lot of doubts and stereotypes when I was in the US. And after that, I was hurt. And when hearing people say that to me, I was hurt and I was confused. Like, why? Why would we treat people, like our own people, differently? So I decided to work with the Vietnamese refugee to listen more to their stories of what they've been through. and their life back in Vietnam and really what they're thinking about Vietnam right now. And I found that it's my mission to, as a younger generation, a person who ready to move on, who ready to make a better life and contributing to others people's life and contributing to my own country. I feel like it's my mission to show Việt Kiều or like Vietnamese refugee in the US, the new Vietnam, the new generation. And as well as I wanted to show younger generation in Vietnam that hey, you need to learn about the history, you need to learn about the culture, because I don't want you to get shocked like me like 6 7 years ago when I first came to America, not knowing anything about the history, the backgrounds of the people who had been through such a harsh time. Yeah, so it's my mission to educate people and become a bridge between the Viet Kiều in like overseas and the younger generation in Vietnam. And hopefully it's somewhat motivational and inspiring to people. But yeah, it taught me a lot of lessons. And actually, like the Viet Kiều, the Vietnamese refugees, they helped me a lot when I was in the US, and I'm very thankful for them. One of my bosses is actually Viet Kiều, and yeah, I am very thankful and grateful for him. And yeah, Viet Kiều for me is an indispensable part of Vietnam. So I'm trying my best to show what's the best of Vietnam. I know the answer is so long, but I feel like it's so needed to say because is it's very important for us to understand people's backgrounds and culture and history of that person to understand their point of view so that we will become more tolerant and sympathetic in the conversation. Yeah. Văn hóa là một lĩnh vực rộng, bạn có dự định gì trong thời gian tới? Đấy, như là mình đã vừa chia sẻ bằng tiếng Anh ấy, thì mình muốn là, mình có thể kết nối được cái văn hóa của người Việt với văn hóa của những cái người trên thế giới để mình có thể hiểu nhau hơn. Bởi vì mình cảm giác như là nếu mà mình hiểu được cái văn hóa và cái cách suy nghĩ của cái người đối diện mình đang nói chuyện ấy, tất cả những lĩnh vực nhá, như kiểu finance hay là marketing hay là tất cả những cái gì kể cả trong business cũng thế, nếu mà mình hiểu được cái point of view của họ, đấy, thì nó sẽ giúp mình giảm thiểu những cái sự hiểu lầm rất là nhiều và làm cho cái xã hội nó cũng tốt lên rất là nhiều ấy. Đó, đấy chính là một cái beauty of the culture. Assumption 1. Okay, now it's a juicy part. You come from a rich family, so that's why you and your bro could study abroad. Okay, wrong. I wasn't born in a rich family at all. So I remember when I was like 3 months old, my mom said I didn't even have milk to drink. So she had to ask for like her friends who just gave birth to ask for milk for me. And they didn't have enough money to raise me. And I remember we lived in a very small house until like 6th grade. Yeah, and we had to illegally build a balcony outside of the house. The government didn't even allow that, but we built that to have enough room to do laundry and to cook out there and to hang our clothes so that they can dry. So it was very hard time for us back then. I feel like during that time I learned to have self-discipline, and I learned that I need to make ends meet so that I can support myself and my family. So in a young age, I know that I need to be like disciplined and I need to work so hard to pursue my goals. Yeah. So when I was in 11th grade, my family was in like my family is getting better actually, like through times like 10 years, right? Yeah, we started to make pretty good living, and like good but like still like below average. Like we don't have to worry about what we're gonna eat for a day or like 3 meals a day or anything like that. But in 11th grade I met that English teacher and he motivated me a lot, and I know that I wanted to study abroad. But back then, we didn't have enough money. Yeah, we didn't have enough money at all. And I told my parents, I was like, hey, if you can pay for me, like for the first year, I will manage to get scholarships and find a way to work in America and everything like that. So I applied before going to the US. I tried to study English, I think like 10 hours a day. And I was just like so motivated and just study it day to night. And because I know that my goal is to go to America, right? And then after that, I got the scholarship. I applied to the embassy, and my parents could kind of like rent or like ask the bank for money for me to study abroad. So I went to America with like little money. I didn't have that much money for the first year, and that's the reason why I went to community college to save my money as well. But then gradually I work in at school, and I got like a lot of scholarships, and I managed to like have my saving and have scholarship and everything like that to to like study to move on to the 4 year university. So yeah, and then after that, when my parents didn't have to worry about the money that they have to pay for me, when I was in the US, they managed to make money in Vietnam and everything. So that's why we're both growing. Like my parents are making money, I'm making money, and we're both in a better situation. So that's a reason why when you see on my video, like, or when I talk about me studying in America, such an expensive country, you think I have to come from a rich family to afford the expensive cost of living in the US, right? But the backstory is that I had tried a lot. I worked a lot of jobs. I got a lot of scholarships. I was writing, I was polishing my English to be better so that I can get the scholarships. I worked my ass off to make that money to stay in the US. So yeah, that assumption is wrong. I didn't come from a rich family. I have to be proud of myself to do that, to be honest. And of course, my parents did help me when I need help as well. So I couldn't just like take it for granted that my parents didn't help me. I do it for like all by myself. I wouldn't disregard that. My parents did help me, but they didn't help me. They didn't entirely help me to become like to overcome all the obstacles in the US. And I actually work very hard to pursue my goals in the US. So yeah. And then when they have money right now, they can afford for my brother to study abroad as well, and I can live with them to pursue my dream. So I feel like it's nothing wrong to ask for help and receive help from your own parents. So yeah. Do you love to do live streams or videos or shorts? I feel like I like to I don't know. I think I'd like to do live stream because you guys can see my real me, right? My real personality. And for videos, I feel like I'm still have the moment when I don't know what to say, and I stutter a lot as well. And for shorts, I'm not that funny. So live stream, I think live stream is the most preferred platform. Are you considered from rich family in Vietnam? No. Yeah, as I said above, no. My family is like average right now. We like way below average for such a long time. And then when we set our goals and both me and my parents work our ass off to make money and have saving and investing and make wise financial planning, we started to grow to average like middle income family. But to become rich family in Vietnam, you have to come to Vietnam. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of people who are richer than us. Gosh, like yeah, there are a lot of people make 6, 7 figure in Vietnam. I'm telling you. My main assumption for you put the full toothpaste on your toothbrush rather than only a peanut-sized toothpaste. That's funny. Yeah, thank you. I would put that in like a compliment. I do. A lot of people ask about my teeth. Fun fact: I didn't have to go to the dentist to like pull out my teeth when I was younger. My mom actually pulled out my teeth when I was younger, and I didn't have any braces. And I brush my teeth every day, twice a day, morning and night, and that's pretty much it. Once in a while, I use the whitening strips to whiten my teeth, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so didn't have to go to dentist, save a lot of money. Thanks to mom. Assumption two, you are single now because you want to focus on your career. Well, if you want to know my marital status, you can watch my first live stream. I did talk about it. But yes, my focus is on my career because I'm 25 and I set my goal from 25 to 30 years old. I'm going to have my own business. And after that, I'm going to take my mom to travel at least 15 countries in the world. And I need to learn how to eat durian and learn kickboxing. Yeah, so those are my goals. But yeah, for sure, this time I focus on my career. Korean zombie movies are the best. Yes. What is the average wage or salary for people that live in Vietnam? Good question. I feel like it depends on the fields. Absolutely, people who work in the medical fields or financial field will make more money. So I didn't have the data here, but in my circle, let's say people who work in the medical, in like real estate or financial or even marketing fields, they make about 20 million to 50 million per month, which is like $1,000 to what is 50 million? I think it's 2,500 per month for those. For it's like the average, but then like people can make more than that. Like the people can make like 100 millions or 80 to 100 millions for those fields if they have their own business as well. Yeah, so I know a lot of people make that huge income. So 80 million to 100 million is like what, 4,000 to 5,000 per month. Yeah, and I know there are a lot of people, but the above below average is like 5 million to 2 5 10 million per month, which like it will apply to like labor work or like office workers and stuff like that. So yeah, it varies, but I would say the average wage is about 10 million Vietnam dong, 10 to 15. Yeah, or 5 to 15, let's put that, so the gap is wide enough. Imperial system in my country, Myanmar. I always confuse when I travel other country like your country. Anyway, hello from Myanmar. Hello, nice to meet you. Yes, I was very confused when I was in the US as well, and I did a video about that. What like the things that I was confused in the US, American things that Vietnamese don't understand. Yeah, like the imperial system, it just like messed my head. And I remember I took a math class in high school, and I got an F because I couldn't figure out the imperial system when I solved the equation. So yeah, it's very confusing. Assumption, you want to date someone from Puerto Rico because you love learning cultures so much. You want to date someone from a foreign country because you love learning culture so much. Well, about dating, yes, I love learning about all the cultures, but there are a lot of factors that kind of like convince me to date someone. And and yeah, it's just more things than the culture part. But but yeah. Assumption 4, you are making more money than when you were in the US. Exactly. Yes. Right now, I can say that I'm making more money than when doing the marketing manager when I was in the US. And it's good. It's good. Like, I feel like after 6, 7 months of not making any money and doubting myself and living a miserable life, I feel like I'm comfortable um, with doing what I love and still having enough money to really pursue what I love. So yeah, I would say I'm living comfortably right now. Yeah. So if you guys have any assumptions, just put it right there. I can answer right now. Thank you. Are you lazy or not? I don't consider myself sometimes if I don't like to do anything, I just like take a nap. But I don't think it counts as lazy. I would say is taking break for yourself. But I'm a very hardworking person, I have to say that. I'm a very uh, like um like a driven person, and I'm a very hard working person. And sometimes I feel like because of that, I put too much pressure on myself, but at the same time, I'm proud to say that I'm a very hardworking person and I'm determined to pursue the goals I set. So yeah, general speaking, I'm not a lazy person. And I don't think any successful person, I wouldn't like consider myself as a successful person, but when I observe successful person, I don't see anyone's lazy. So, yeah. Dạo này anh không thấy em ra clip về anh Francis Hùng nữa, kênh mình là Vấn Đây lâu lắm rồi cũng không ra clip. Vâng, thực ra là dạo này em cũng rất là bận để có thể, làm những cái buổi livestream như vậy, thì tạm thời là em đang cố tập trung cho cái content của em. Còn cái kênh mình là Vân Đây thì, đúng là em đã bỏ dở nó cũng gần 1 năm nay rồi. Nhưng mà vì nói chung là em đang dành hết cái tâm huyết và cái thời gian để làm về cái kênh What the Phở ấy, để cho nó vững một chút. Như kiểu là mình nuôi đứa con của mình ấy, thì cho đứa đầu vững một chút, xong rồi cái đứa thứ hai thì mình sẽ chăm chút hơn. Đấy, thì là cái mục đích của em là sẽ cho cái kênh What the Phở nó tiến triển hơn, nó phát triển hơn, rồi sau đó mới nói về kênh Mình là Vân Đây. Thì chắc là cái kênh Mình là Vân Đây thì sẽ nói về những cái, như kiểu một cái diary ấy, thì là sẽ nói về những cái journal của cuộc sống của mình và chia sẻ cho các bạn trẻ để motivate các bạn trẻ nhiều hơn thì cũng ok. Cảm ơn anh đã theo dõi cả cái kênh tiếng Việt nữa. Okay, I'm just gonna answer 5 more questions, so we can keep talk yeah, we can end this because it's almost like 2 hours now, guys. I know I haven't been like streaming for a long time, and thank you so much for staying until now. Mm, wait. Don't tell me your mom is a dentist. No, my mom is not a dentist at all. But she is very brave. I've learned so much from her. But I wouldn't have a courage to pull out my own kid's teeth. Like, no. Too scary. Okay, I'm just gonna answer 5 more, and I'm trying to. It's like all comments, right? Why do Vietnamese people in Vietnam still consider Saigon instead of Ho Chi Minh City? Well, I mean, like it's Ho Chi Minh City is actually an official name, so when I refer to Saigon, it's actually Ho Chi Minh City. Um, but yeah, when you send your package or anything like that, or when you look online, it's gonna be Ho Chi Minh City because it's official. My legs are getting sore, but I refer to Saigon because is I feel like it's more daring. That's the first reason. The second reason is shorter. Like when I say in my video like Ho Chi Minh City, it's quite long. So when I say Saigon, it's like so short and sweet. So that's why I still prefer to say that. But you can call it either Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City. Vietnamese people still say either of them, say both of them. But in the official paperwork, it's gonna be Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you. Aw, you guys sent me like all the positive comments, and I just love it. And I just love to have a community where we can just motivate and help each other out. Like that's just so beautiful. That's my mission, and that's the reason why I have this channel, guys. So thank you so much for being here. Love it. You come from a very strong family with great morals. Love it. Yes. Yes. Not from a rich family, but from a rich morals family, I would say. Yeah, and a very strong and brave mother and very educated and knowledgeable father. I'm very thankful for them. Did you work for the Vietnamese government or some kind of related to the government? Yeah, I heard this assumption a lot whenever I just like put out some videos that seems like too political. And people was like, she's trying to promote Vietnamese government. And the video that like I live in a military camp in Vietnam, a lot of people say I work for the government. And even like why I left the US is because I work for the government and stuff like that. Yeah. But no, I don't receive any money from the government by doing this. I doing this for myself and for other people that I care for. No, the government didn't pay me. I wish they could fund me by traveling and putting out good content about Vietnam for the people out there. But no, I don't work for the government. And don't like don't think it too politically. Just think it like like life has so many things, other things to learn or to think about. So why would we want to discuss about politics and religion? It's such a sensitive topics, and I feel like I can discuss with you if we're on the same page or we are willing to listen to each other's person perspective so that we can grow as a person and not insulting or like hurting each other. That's when I come to discussing about politics and religion. But like when you discuss about politics and religion, it's just like a parallel path that like different people have different opinions, and you never meet each other at the end. So like what's the point? Like why would we hurt each other from discussing the topic that we're not even fully understand? So yeah. How okay, how can I improve my English? First, you have to know why you need to improve your English. If you use your English for work, or you use your English to show off, or you use your English to do whatever, you need to answer the question why you need to have a better English skills. The second is that you need to find the passion. Like why, after answering the question why, you need to know like what's your passion, to what's the motivation for you to speak English every day. So for me, the reason why I choose to speak English is that I want to connect people from all over the world. The second one is that I found my passion when I speak English is that I can talk to people easily and communicate people easily. And through speaking English, I can mitigate misunderstanding in terms of communication, and I can help others. So that's my passion, to wake up every day speaking English. Yeah. And after that, perseverance. You need to practice English every day. As I said, I practice my English writing, speaking, listening, and reading every day, 8 hours a day. So yeah, you have to put in the work because there's no shortcut here. It took me 7 years to have this accent and have the confidence to be in front of you guys to talk in English right now. So it's gonna require a lot of work and a lot of time and effort into that. So perseverance will play 70%, 80% of your success when you try to learn English. So yeah. Bạn nghĩ sao nếu kênh của bạn có thêm một vài người, những người có thể giúp bạn truyền tải được nhiều hơn khía cạnh về văn hóa Việt Nam hơn là một mình bạn? Chắc chắn, mình rất là muốn cái cộng đồng này có nhiều người có cái niềm đam mê giống mình hơn để có thể quảng bá Việt Nam cho nhiều người hơn ấy. Bởi vì khi mà mình đến Thái Lan, mình đã học được một cái bài học ấy là mỗi người dân là một cái người marketing cho chính cái đất nước của họ. Đấy, nhưng mà ở Việt Nam ấy, cái này nói hơi động chạm một chút, nhưng mà ở Việt Nam mình chưa có cái tinh thần đấy. Có nghĩa là mình vẫn chưa có tự hào về những cái cảnh đẹp, hay là mình vẫn chưa có những cái ý thức để có thể bảo vệ được và có thể quảng bá được cái đất nước của mình ra với thế giới ấy. Mà mình thấy là cái Việt Nam của mình rất là nhiều tiềm năng luôn. Đó, nên đấy chính là lý do tại sao mà mình có cả kênh tiếng Việt và cả kênh tiếng Anh để mình có thể truyền cảm hứng cho các bạn và, à, nói rõ cho các bạn cái lý do tại sao mình làm thế này và mình mong muốn có nhiều người giống như mình có thể truyền tải được những cái thông điệp tốt đẹp như vậy, qua cái cách nhìn về cái văn hóa của người Việt Nam cho người nước ngoài. Đó, thì rất rất là thích luôn, bởi vì nếu mà muốn có cái passion giống mình và muốn làm như thế thì liên hệ với mình nhá. Okay, I'm gonna answer 2 more questions. She goes live once a week or more. Maybe, yeah, because I love to talk to you guys. 240 people on here, and oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. It's so good to just, like, connect with you all. What advice would you give to someone who's ethnically Vietnamese but was raised in a Western country? In my youth, to be accepted, I felt I had to reject my heritage. Now older, I feel shame or regret. Don't be, because it's a different environment, and it will take you it will take a lot of courage for you to like overcome that and learn how to accept your root. And even though I was not born in the US, but I could feel that by talking to like Vietnamese American and how they feel at the same time. So that's why I wanted to have this channel to really show you the beauty of Vietnam and the culture and where you're from and everything. So my advice, I don't have any advice for you, but what I did is that go back. I moved back to Vietnam to relearn my culture and my history. And the more I discover the culture and Vietnam, the more I discover who I am. And I love it. I love that feeling. So when you travel and you meet new people and you discover the important part of you, is when you come to a realization that your heritage is beautiful and you don't have to try so hard to learn how to accept it. You will naturally accept it at the end. Yeah. So don't feel ashamed, don't feel regret. Just travel and meet more people and make an effort to learn it. Yeah, open your heart and just learn it. Hi Vaughn, have you started your touring business? Yes. Yes, I'm in the process of building a website and working with the team members. I finally can afford to hire more people and stuff like that. So I'm gonna partner up with a company that will provide a service, like a tour buddy service for people, who want to come to Vietnam and experience the local experiences, not the tourism, the tourist attractions and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what I really want to do, and I'm in the process of building it up and trying to get the network, trying to work with the team members and everything. So yeah, besides doing YouTube, I still have to manage a business and organize everything, so it's quite busy, but hopefully I can introduce you in early November, and I'm so excited for it, guys. So excited. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of questions about my business. Thank you so much for your interest. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, right now we have a great community, a like great network. So, if you think that you can what collaborate with me and we can like help each other better at the business and everything, I would like to like broaden my network to like really build this community to become a better and more positive community, and to like help others when they come to Vietnam to have an easier process so that they can experience the local experience in Vietnam. So yeah, if you are investors or like marketing, finance, whatever major that you think you would like to connect with me, shoot me a DM on Instagram or send me a message on via my email. Yeah, what the fall vn@gmail.com. So yeah. Okay, one last question. Let me see. And then we'll end the live stream now because it's almost lunchtime and I'm hungry. Okay, let me see. What's the last one that I should answer? Okay, do you guys have any? I see a lot of comments here. Um, because my chat is like jumping like crazy, so I have to scroll up and scroll down. So yeah, you should have subtitles for your Vietnamese fan. Yeah, I always have subtitles, to be honest. Yeah, I always have subtitles for Vietnamese audience as well. Oh, and one last assumption about me is that like um did I go to international school when I was in Vietnam to have this English skill? No. I went to public school from elementary to high school. Yeah, so I didn't even learn how to speak English until the grade 10th. And I left when I was in grade 11th. Yeah, so I didn't really invest in my English at all in elementary school and middle school. And then when I found the passion and the reason why I need to go to the US, I started to learn English like crazy. And then after that, my English got improved, but I didn't have the accent like I have nowadays. Yeah, but through times after 7 years, I spoke English every day, talked to a lot of people, and practiced English constantly. So that's why I have that. But no, I didn't come from a rich family. I didn't have the opportunity to attend international schools and everything like that. So yeah, it's a single story that is the backgrounds and the behind the scene that I think that you should know about me, because it really creates a misunderstanding about being a YouTuber or being a freelancer, that you need to have a lot of money, or even going to America that you need to have a lot of money to become successful or to pursue your American dreams or become a freelancer just like me, I'm an example of that myth, because I had a goal, I had passion, and I worked so hard to pursue that passion. So that's why I become who I am today, and I'm able to afford myself and even my family. So yeah, just don't think that if people have the money to do what they are now, that you just lazy and being there and accepting the fact that the life is putting on you. I don't know if it makes sense, but really answer the 4 questions that I just said at the beginning of the video. What are you passionate about? What you're good at? What the world needs you? What's the problem you're solving? And the fourth one is what you do to get paid. Answer those 4 questions. The overlap, the sweet spot is the answer for those 4 questions. And then after that, you're going to figure out what you're going to do in your life. And when you do it, try not to make excuses. Try to not listen to the story from one side. Listen to the story from both sides. Yeah, I'm here today is not because of my parents' money. It's not of I quit my job so that I all of a sudden I become a YouTuber and make money. It's not like that. It's all the behind the scene. Like, you didn't know how hard I work for it. You didn't know how much I sacrifice for it. And everything in the backstage. So just don't make assumption too quick. Really focus on your path and seeing the better sides of people and listen to the story from the both sides so that you're going to be more sympathetic and tolerant to the stories or to people. And then after that, focus on yourself and putting value on people's life. And at the end, you're going to meet your sweet spot and your happiness, and you're going to find purpose in life. So yeah, so that's the whole kind of like the whole theme for this video. I just reveal all the bad and ugly reasons why I quit my job. And don't just quit your job after watching my why I left the US and quit my 9 to 5 job, because that's maybe not applied to your path. Do your research. And thank you so much for. Can you post those 4 questions, please? Yes, I'm going to leave it when this live stream ends. I'm going to leave it in the description. But yeah, anyway, just do your research. And if you need help, reach out to me, DM me, whatever I can help you with. Okay? Because at that time, I wish I had somebody that can be my mentor, telling me their life, their path, so that I can be more motivated and inspired of the path I'm choosing. But if you're in that situation right now, you're not living your dream life, or you don't know if you have the right path and you need a person to listen to you or just share my story so that you are more sure about your path, just reach out to me and DM me or whatever. I love helping people because this is the way you guys are helping me right now. Being here, 240 people still staying here. Yeah, with me and sharing your assumptions, your stories, and everything about your life to me. You guys motivated me and inspire me, and I want to do something for you. So yeah. But yeah, okay. So that's pretty much what I have for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. I know there are still a lot of questions, but time just ran out and I need to eat. So maybe next time, maybe next week or something. Just comment down below what topics or whatever you want to talk about. Okay, now I'm dedicating to live stream once a week. Okay, so just leave it down the topics that you want to hear from me. If we can chit chat in the community, because what I aim for to do. Okay. All right, have a good night, good day, and eat if you haven't yet. All right, and I'll see you in the next live stream or videos. Okay, and don't forget to watch my last video because I think it's very funny, like American things that Vietnamese people don't understand. Okay, all right, bye everyone. Have a great day or night.